Good morning everyone, how are you today? Happy Saturday. It is the 14th of October here in Australia. We are almost halfway through the month, and I thought I would just come on and share my thoughts on the pens that I've already written dry this month, and also show you the new ones that I've added to the lineup. So the first one, the Jayne Sparkle with a fine nib, and it's inked with Robert Oster Toffee. That is still going strong. I love that combination. The Pilot Decimo Champagne Pink, and it was inked with Pilot Namiki Black. Now that has been written dry. That was a really nice combination. I enjoyed that. So written dry. Everything about that combination worked well. Written dry, and loved it. So we'll do a love heart next to that one. The Pelican M400 White Tortoise Stripe, and it's inked with Sailor Shikiori Toko Amatsu. That's this pen. It is still got a little bit of ink left in it, so that's still going. Oh, sorry, the first one was this Jayne Amber. The next one in the lineup was my Franklin Christoph Model 45 in Blue Orchid, and it was inked with Diatramentus Hyacinth, and that was actually a carryover from last month, and I finally finished the fill in that. That's an eyedropper pen, so it had quite a bit of ink in it to start off with, so that one has been written dry. It's one of my favorite combinations, those ones. Now the TWSBI Diamond 580 in pink. And remember, I swapped out the fine nib and put a broad nib on it and inked it with the Diamine Shimmertastic Pink Champagne. That has also been written dry. That was a carryover from the previous month. Let's see if we can write written dry very smallly, or very small. Gee, I'm getting my words mixed up today. Okay, next one is this one here. The Wingsun 699 in amber, has a medium nib, and it's inked with Diatramentus Alexander Hamilton. It's still got maybe half a fill left in it, so that's still going. The TWSBI Diamond 580 in white rose gold with a medium nib, and it's inked with Pilot Urushizuku Kujiku, so that's this one. That's still got ink going in it. Now the Esterbrook Esty, my new Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest with a broad nib, and I had it inked with Troublemaker Kelp Tea. That has been written dry too. I've actually re-inked that with a different ink. Although the nib on this is juicy, and with this Troublemaker Kelp Tea, it showed a lot of shading, and which was nice to see. The combination didn't win me over. Like, I feel like that pen needs a punchier ink in it, so we'll talk about that in a little while. The next one is the Lamy Marron, which is this one. It has a medium nib, and it's inked with Noodler's Black Swan Australian Roses. That is still going strong. Now my River City Pen Company in black, green, gold with a medium nib. I had that inked with Troublemaker Hanging Right, and that has been written dry. That was a really lovely combination. I enjoyed writing with that one. So written dry. That was actually an example given to me by my lovely friend Tanya. So next one is the Lamy Safari in Cozy Cream with a broad nib, and it is inked with Robert Oster Terra Australis. That is still going strong. The next one we've got is this TWSBI Diamond 580 in Smoke Rose Gold with a medium nib, and I've got it inked with Pilot Urushizuku Fuyugaki. So that's a really punchy sort of bright color. Did you know that orange actually evokes creativity? The color orange? A little bit of trivia there for you. Okay, so the next one we've got is, and you can see all the shimmer there, this is the TWSBI Eco Tea in mint with a 1.1 stub nib, and it's inked with Colourverse Brain. I am really, really enjoying this combination. So that's going well. The next one is my TWSBI Eco Tea in Saffron with a broad nib, and it's inked with one of my favorite inks, Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. You can see a lot of shading on this regalia paper, which is actually very nice to see. The next one is my Just Turnings Matte Rainbow with a medium nib, and it's inked with Robert Oster Joshua Thorpe Turquoise. That is a nice combination. It's still got ink in it. The next one is my Visconti Van Gogh, the novel reader, with a medium nib, and it's inked with Sailor Ink Studio 370. That was another one. These three are from my friend Tanya, as well as this one. So next pen is the TWSBI Eco Lilac with a broad nib, and it's inked with Diamine Lavender. So it's got a juicy broad nib on it. And then this little Pilot E95S with a medium nib, gold nib, 14 karat gold nib, and it's inked with Diamine Zero. I'm loving this ink in this pen. It's just beautiful to write with. Now the next one was the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Princess Kagawa with a medium 5 nib, and I had it inked with Diamine Scarlet. I won't say that was written dry, that was actually emptied. So, and the reason behind that is I just wasn't enjoying, the combination. I had a bottle of this, I've got a bottle of this Diamine Scarlet, so I didn't feel bad about tipping out a little bit of ink. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I just wasn't enjoying it, and I wanted to put something else in this pen and give it a go. So that was emptied. The next one is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Dragon Palace with a medium 5 nib, and I've got it inked with Diamine Scarso C, and that's working really well. And then this is a new pen to me. So I finally bought myself one of these Traveller's Factory brass pens. They've got a fine nib, and I put a Private Reserve blue suede cartridge in it, and I added that on the 5th of October, so that's still going strong. So there actually aren't that many that have been written dry. 1, 2, 3, 4 written dry, and then 1 I emptied, so it's only 5. But last night I kind of got myself into the swing of things and decided to ink up a whole bunch more. So Jayne from Fountain Pens and Inks always inspires me when she has all her pens inked up. Well, not all of them, but she has a lot of them inked up, and I thought, you know what, I want to add more colour. So we're going to go over and we're going to do those ones. So these are the ones that I've still got, that I'm still using. And these are the ones that I added to the lineup, including this one, last night. So they're the ones we're going to go through now. Now the other thing I want to talk about, so someone said to me that when I was writing on this, so this regalia paper, it's the first time I'm really using it. I like it. It's a lot thicker than the Tomoe River paper. It takes a little bit of getting used to, because it does have a little bit of a toothiness to it. So I liken it to when you're writing with a Sailor fine nib or a medium fine, and you can sometimes get that feedback. This paper is a little bit like that. It just has a little bit of toothiness to it. But the way it shows up shading, I'll just, whoops, sorry everyone, I'm knocking you around. The way it shows shading, I hope you're seeing this on the TWSBI Eco Tea Saffron with the Ferris Wheel Press. It shows up shading beautifully. Gosh, I hope you can see that. So for me, I'm enjoying it. But I guess if that noise bothers you, because someone likened it to nails on a chalkboard, and it might do that for some people. So maybe just turn your volume down a little bit, and just you know, don't have it quite up so high, is my suggestion, if it bothers you. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna have to do it on an angle, sorry everyone. So this is gonna be my October 2023 currently inked continued, and we might just put the date in here, 14 October, just so we know. Okay, so first one in the lineup that I did last night is this Visconti Rembrandt with a medium nib. I love this pen. I really enjoy using it. It was a gift from my husband when we were traveling many years ago, and it was probably my first really expensive pen, to be honest. So this is a Visconti Rembrandt in white. It has a medium nib and it is inked with one of my favorites, Jayne Ancient Copper. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one is a bit of a favorite combination for me. You've seen me ink this up with this ink before. I just love it. It's my Just Turnings custom copper line with my platinum 3776 medium nib, and I've got it inked with Terenashi's Opera Rose, which when I was filling this up last night, I noticed I've only got maybe a third of a bottle left of my Opera Rose. And I mean, I have shared samples of it with other people, but that's how much I've used it. I have just loved it. So, Just Turnings. Just Turnings, custom copper line. This is the one that I got Stephen from Just Turnings to specially make for me for this particular nib, with the platinum 3776 medium nib and inked with Terenashi Opera Rose. Let's see if I can squeeze it in. Yep. Okay. So we wrote this one dry when it had the Jayne Shimmertastic Pink Champagne, and I went to the recent Pelican Hub at the end of September, and they gave everyone a bottle of their ink of the year, which was rose quartz. So this is my first time actually using the rose quartz ink. I didn't think it would be one that I liked, but it's growing on me. I don't have another pink like it in my collection, so that's good. That's a plus. So this is a Twisby Diamond 580. It's in the pink. It has the broad nib and it is inked with Pelican. That looks more like a D. Pelican, Edelstein, rose quartz. There we go. So it's actually quite a pretty ink. Now the next one I've got here is my Lamy Vista. My friend Tanya recently sent me a broad nib. We did a bit of a nib swap. I sent her one of my fine nibs and she sent me one of her broad nibs. And so I've decided to put it on this pen. And this is actually an ink sample from her as well. So it's a lovely, it's another orange ink. Oh, not Twisby. Lamy Vista with a broad nib, and it is inked with Diamine Peach Haze. So it's actually quite, it's a nice punchy orange, but it's a little bit softer than the Aroshizuku Fuyugaki. So this is the pen that we emptied out with the Diamine Scarlet. What I've got in it now is also another ink sample from Tanya. It is the Sailor Ink Studio 931, and I think I'm going to like this a lot better. So this is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. It's in the Princess Kagawa finish with a medium fine nib, and it is inked with Sailor Ink Studio number 931. I'll see if you can actually see all the gold flecks in this. It's such a pretty pen. So that's that one. Next one we have in the lineup is this one. It's another Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the blue-green nebula. It has a medium nib on it, this one. Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Blue-green nebula. With a medium nib, and it is inked with Colorverse Gravity Wave. This is a really wet, like a saturated ink, so I'm hoping that, because I find the Sailors have a little bit drier nibs, so I'm hoping that that behaves well in that pen. It's my first time putting it in there. Back again, the Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest with my broad nib. Now remember I said to you I didn't mind the Troublemaker kelp tea in it, but I was looking for something a little bit punchier in it. And then I remembered Claire from the Ginger Ninja. She actually loves Kayono to Kokiro in hers, and I thought, luckily, thanks to pen friend Tanya, I've actually got a sample of that. So that's what I've put in it this time, and to see how I like it. And I think I'm going to really enjoy it. I think Claire's right. This is a wonderful match for this pen. So this is the Esterbrook. This has got such a juicy broad nib on it too. It's just a pleasure to write with. Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest. Can you hear that feedback, everyone, that I'm talking about? Although I don't like the feedback sort of sound, I actually love the way this paper behaves with the ink, if that makes sense. So this is the Kaio no Oto Kokiro. Oh, just beautiful. You're right, Claire. It is a really good match for this pen. Okay, so the next one we've got here is another Esterbrook. It's an Esterbrook SD in Candy. It has a medium nib. So this one Esterbrook SD in Candy, has a medium nib, inked with, now this is a Robert Oster ink, and it's a collaboration with Pulp Addiction. Shout out to Pulp Addiction here in Australia. Pulp Addiction, and it's called Blue Addiction. It's a really nice blue, actually. Has like a hint of teal in it, but it's still quite a dark blue. Really lovely. So that's the next one. Now we've got this one. This is my first Esterbrook I ever got, and my favorite. It is the Esterbrook SD in Tortoise. It has a medium nib. It's quite a juicy medium nib too. Inked with Diamine Earl Grey. So that's that one. Next one we've got is my Just Turnings in Unicorn Horn. It has a medium nib, and this pen, the resin in it is just beautiful. Now this is the first time I've put this ink in this pen, and I think I'm going to really like it. I was trying to pick up this color in the resin, and I think this ink matches it pretty well. So it's the Just Turnings. It's Unicorn Horn. With a medium nib, and it is inked with an old favorite ink of mine. It's Pelican Edelstein Jade. Now this is actually my second bottle of this ink, because the first bottle I was probably, I don't know, a quarter of the way through, dropped it on the tiles, and that thing just smashed everywhere. Like I literally had ink and glass everywhere. Like I couldn't believe just in how many pieces that it went into. So, and for a long time I kind of held off, and I thought, no, I won't get another bottle of it. And then it came on sale with Pulp Addiction, I think about 6 months later, so I ended up buying another bottle. Now this other one is also Just Turnings pen. It is the Mimus model, and I call it my summer popsicle pen because it literally reminds me of an ice block, or a popsicle as you call it overseas. It has a fine nib on it, this one. but it writes like a medium. And I was trying to sort of get a little bit more of that blue, like match a little bit of that blue for this ink. So just turnings, Mimus, Summer Popsicle, it's got a fine nib and it is inked with Diamine Florida Blue. I think I'm going to enjoy that combination, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit. So the next one we've got is this little Quaco Sport in dark olive. It has a medium nib on it. So Quaco, I think it's called Quaco Collection Sport, because it was a limited edition at some stage. Dark olive, in a medium nib, and it is inked with a sample gifted to me from Ree over at La Papeterie. And it's the Van Diemen's Eucalyptus. I think, yeah, I've spent that wrong. You know what I mean by that. Eucalyptus regnans. I'm losing my voice, sorry. So, and then lastly but not least, just wondering whether it can, I might actually fit that one down the bottom. I've got my Pilot Kakuno with a medium nib, and I've inked that with, oh no, we'll do it over here. I've got that inked with Pilot Namiki Black. So we'll just do it over here, why not, hey? I love this little pen. Hands up if any of you have got this pen. So Pilot Kakuno, it's in the clear finish, medium nib, inked with Pilot Namiki Black. Okay, so as you can see, I'll show you a close-up. So first one, we've got the Visconti Rembrandt White with a medium nib and inked with Diamine Ancient Copper. Then we've got Just Turnings Custom Copper Line with Platinum 3776 medium nib inked with Teranashi Opera Rose. Then we've got the Twisby Diamond 580 in pink with a broad nib and inked with Pelican Edelstein Rose Quartz. Then we've got the Lamy Vista with a broad nib inked with Diamine Peach Haze. Then we've got the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Princess Kagawa with a medium fine nib inked with Sailor Ink Studio 931. Then we've got the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Blue Green Nebula with a medium nib inked with Colorverse Gravity Wave. Then we've got our Juicy Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest with a broad nib inked with Kiona Oto Kokiro. Then we've got the Esterbrook SD in the candy finish with a medium nib, inked with Robert Oster and Pulp Addiction's Blue Addiction. Then we've got the Esterbrook SD in tortoise with a medium nib and inked with Diamine Earl Grey. Then we have the Just Turnings unicorn horn with a medium nib and inked with Pelican Edelstein Jade. Then we've got the Just Turnings Memis Summer Popsicle with a fine nib inked with Diamine Florida Blue. And then the Quaco Collection Sport in dark olive with a medium nib and inked with Van Diemen's Eucalyptus Regnans. And then over here we've got the Pilot Kakuno Clear with a medium nib and inked with Pilot Namiki Black. So they're all the ones that I inked up last night. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 pens. I have got 28 pens inked up. So, but I'm loving all the different colours too. And so when I write letters, it means that I can choose a different pen for each page of the letter or each paragraph, and it just adds a bit of variety, and it looks quite pretty as well when you're just using plain letter writing paper. So that's what I've got. I've also sent Ray didn't get back to me with his name and address details, so I picked the next person that commented on the stamp envelope. So that was Kirsten. So those 3 envelopes have now been sent and gone off to their respective homes. I hope they travel safely to you all. But yes, as for this regalia paper, I'm really enjoying it, and I just like the fact that you can see the shading so well in a broad nib. Like it just picks up the inks beautifully, shows that shading, it shows the sheen, shimmer. I mean, look at that. I hope you can see that Ferris wheel press buttered popcorn. It is really, really nice paper. If you can handle the feedback and the toothiness of it, it's lovely paper to use. So that's all I've got for you today, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's put all these and see if we can get them in frame. I'm not even sure we can. Oh, yep. So thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, for giving me a thumbs up, for subscribing, for commenting down below. It just means the world to me, and I enjoy interacting with you all as well. For those of you that live in the US or purchase from Atlas Stationers, don't forget my coupon code to get 10% off. It's Jayne with a Y, 10. So all in uppercase letters. I'll put that in the coupon code, but I'll put that in the description box below too. All right, very tongue-tied today, very tired, and obviously not doing a great job, so I will leave it there and move on. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye.